So we're, oh, we don't have our little thing
We
set
don't
up
have
here.
our intro.
Okay, those of you who are here now, we normally have a little intro that we run through that just helps people remember we need to turn off videos and your video and your microphone, which are probably they're in your menu at the bottom or top of your screen. They both should have a red slash through them. It's important that we don't have video, people's cameras popping up, because then your face will suddenly appear in everybody's video. And I know most of us don't want that to happen. We do want to have your questions as we go along. We've got 2 places set aside for specifically for question and answer session. And so anyone who's here ahead of time, as you are now, has the chance that we can try this out. 2 ways to do questions. You can either raise your hand. That option is in your menu. It might be in the menu called participants. It might be in the menu called reactions.
Or ... more.
But if you raise your hand using that button, your name pops to the top of the participant list, and our wonderful co-host, Margaret Thiel, can click on your name and say, go ahead, it's your turn. And then you can turn your microphone on and you can just speak the question, which is easier for those of us who don't type very quickly. The other option for doing questions is you can type them into chat anytime they occur to you, and type them to everyone.
Yeah, don't type them privately to us, because we can't answer chat while we're working on this.
We can't see 2 things at once. But also if you type it to just someone specifically, then Margaret won't see it. And Margaret Thiel, our good buddy Margaret, is here today to help keep all of that stuff in order, so that when we get to a question and answer session, she can say, here are the questions that were chatted, because people type them in when they think of them. They'll forget about them if they don't type them in then.
That's the way we ask them to do it, though.
So cameras off, microphones off. But if someone has a question about anything they're doing this week and wants to try out either the chat or raising your hand, do it, because then that can show everybody else how it works. You're keeping track of time then, Steve?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a few minutes.
Yep.
So any questions about what's going on right now? Looks like there are 40 some people here. So somebody must have been out working in the garden and run into some kind of question.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. Was it raining? Oh, we're in Wisconsin right now.
Yes, we are in Wisconsin. Those of you who are, and that's one thing about having participants open, we get to see who's there. I know that a whole lot of people are used to doing this with us on Saturday morning, and here we are making up a missed Saturday on a Tuesday and inviting everybody in.
Yep.
So most of the people who are here are the ones who knew that we'd be on here early, and they maybe know the routine. But if there's anybody there with a question, now is the time to say, raise your hand, or to type it into chat. Open your chat window, someplace at the top or bottom of your screen. If you zoom up there with your cursor, a menu will appear and you can click chat.
Yep.
And when you type in at the bottom of the chat window to everyone, type something in there. As soon as you hit return, it pops up and we can see it and know that there's a question to answer. We were gardening today. So in fact, we added a lot of things that we hope we can show you about what happened right now today. I guess I could say if everybody is names we know, right?
Yeah.
If you hear a little beeping, we're not at home. So those of you who are used to us doing on Saturdays, we are in Wisconsin today, and there is an alarm going off. We don't know where it is in the house. We're waiting and we'll figure out where it is. So you may hear a little quiet beep now and then. Sorry.
Yeah.
We are recording this. We'll post it with our other webinars on YouTube, and this one will be available to anybody who wants to see it.
It'll be in our public channel.
We'll send out we'll post it on YouTube on our channel, and then we'll send out a link to everyone that says here's how you can go see it. Usually takes a couple of days for that to happen, because these are big videos and they take a while to upload to YouTube. So we get them set up, we upload them, and then as soon as they're uploaded and we have the links, we send them out to you.
What animal is digging in our lawn? We do not have grubs. Well, skunks dig in lawns, squirrels dig in lawns.
Yeah. The squirrels right now are on the crazy side. It's been a big acorn year in a lot of places around us, and there are just monstrous holes, bigger even than they usually are. If the holes are here and there's one over here, there's one over there, there's one over in the other place, I would bet squirrels. If the holes are throughout one whole area, quite methodically. That was a grub. That was a skunk, probably digging up something. And you might not have.
And it might not be grubs, but
You-
that
right.
doesn't mean they're not digging.
They dig worms,
looking
they
for
dig other
something.
things, but and it doesn't mean that you have a grub problem.
No,
They are digging and eating insects all the time. So I would guess squirrels, though. They are really on the move right now. They're on the hustle, putting stuff away.
yeah.
Anything else that you see? We're now going to turn over chat control to Margaret Thiel. She can tell us which of the questions are there that we need to do something with. In terms of time, Steve,
We got 5 minutes.
we have 5 minutes, so it's
Well, we have a question right now from Marvin. He says, will you discuss proper watering for fall planting? If yes, I will wait.
Marvin. We
Yes.
certainly are. We even have some pictures
To show proper watering for
because you're right. It's
new
important.
planted.
It's like the most important
then-
thing you can do.
Then we'll discuss future watering during that, but we'll show you how to water it in first.
Yes, yeah.
So-
Marvin says, "Yay." Love it, love it.
Yeah. It is something, it's critical.
Yeah, it is critical.
Yeah.
We're in Wisconsin because this has become our year of gardening with family. One of our favorite books is by George Schenk. He wrote Shade Gardening, and it's just a wonderful, short, practical, down-to-earth, realistic, eye-opening book. George Schenk's Shade Gardening. It's a classic. He wrote another one called Gardening with Friends, where he just went and moved in with friends for a while
Mhm.
in various places and did gardens. Well, this year is our gardening with family time.
Yep.
We were in Oregon last week,
Last week. Yep.
gardening with niece.
Is
Now
it
we're
Been a week already.
Yeah, now we're in Wisconsin,
Oops.
gardening with
No, that's
sister.
Too close participants, right?
Anything else we've got here?
Is
it
it too
too-
late to prune you?
Nope. Once the leaves start falling, or once you see them going into fall mode, then stop. But I'm still pruning yews. I usually stop by the end of September, but this year they grew so prodigiously that we
They-
can't keep up with
Ours
them.
grew phenomenally.
And they really did grow a lot longer into the summer than usual. So no, you can prune yews. I wouldn't prune them back real hard. If you're pruning a yew very hard, where you're stumping it back to very little foliage, that's something to be done in the spring. It exposes too much wood to do that in the fall, but regular pruning of yews, go for it. John and Donna are wondering how to access past Zoom presentations on our website. If you go to, on the home page, there is a menu, or there are tabs, depending on your screen. And in the menu is webinars and sponsorships. If you go to webinars and sponsorships, there is a page called free webinars under view free webinars under webinars and sponsorships. And on that page, we have links to all of the webinars that we've done for everybody. If you are a subscriber, then you have, and we keep reminding you of it, you have a page on the website that is yours alone. And on that page are all of the links to all of the subscribers' videos.
Yep.
That have happened. If you can't find that page, then send us an email. But we do tell you each week where it is, and people
try.
Yeah, people don't always see all of the message. I mean, I don't. I sometimes, just the other day, I grabbed an email. I answered the first part of it before I read the second and third part of it. It happens.
Yeah, I will say, somebody just said about deer pruning. Well, deer prune you all year long, and some yews seem to grow out of it, but others seem to suffer.
If they're, it depends on how heavy the deer browse is and how
they sure
healthy the
do.
yew is. But the deer do prune a lot of yews during the winter. They sure do. We used to put netting over the top of the ones that we wanted to prune ourselves. Thank you very much. Just to try to keep them out.